We want to bring in Jennifer Siebel Newsom, first partner of California and also co-founder of the California Partners Project, a nonprofit focused on promoting gender equality. Jennifer, it's great to have you here. Just give us a better sense of some of that progress that we have made and the payoff that companies do see when, in fact, they do have diversity on their boards.
Hi, thanks. It's so great to be here. Well, look, the payoff of having more women on the board is greater creativity, productivity, and a better bottom line. You see better environmental, social, and governance practices when you have more women in public company board seats and in private company board seats. So all of those are positives. And what we're seeing here in California is that we've more than tripled the number of women in public company board seats and doubled the percentage of women in seats. And that has to do with the increase in public company boards in California. So it's really, really exciting. And we obviously have work to do, especially when it comes to women of color. Latina women represent about 20% of the population and only hold 1.8% of public board company seats. And so we have work to do in that realm as well with other women of color. So it's the progress is great, but there's still so much work left to do.
Happy International Women's Day. Jennifer, California's proposals recently shot down that would require boards that were public companies to have up to 3 women per board. Is that the right way to go about it, in effect discriminating against men? Or do you think there are other ways that would be a better way to go about it?
Well, look, I think what's so wonderful is that we passed SB 826 and as a result of that, moved the needle forward in terms of representation. As I said, when we started, about 30% of the companies had 0 women on their boards, and now about a third of California public company board seats are held by women. So we've made progress, irrespective of this legal dance, this legal battle that's going on. You know, I'm a proponent of policy and cultural change going hand in hand. And that's really what's happening in California, because we know that there are so many benefits to women in leadership. And I think that's why we've been successful despite some of the challenges.
Jennifer, you recently rolled out a playbook, a real step-by-step plan on how to get more women on boards. Let's start with step 1. You're saying find the gaps, update and use a board skills matrix. What exactly does that entail, and what's the benefit there?
Well, so it was so wonderful to partner with my alma mater, Stanford University, on designing this playbook about recruiting, onboarding, and retaining diverse women in public company and private company board seats. So we really are about best practices. And some of these are really nuanced strategies for how to ensure success in this realm. And it's about, you know, dismantling the old boys club network of just, you know, bringing onto the board somebody that is in your inner circle that you play golf with on the weekend, and really, again, growing the network and the potential of a company through who sits in those seats around that table of power. And that's what the playbook it really offers are all the very nuanced and critical steps to ensuring that you have the most diverse board possible that's going to help your company get to the next level. And that's really going to reflect the population of consumers. Let's not forget that women are 86% of consumers, making the majority of household decisions. And yet the people historically that have been making decisions around the products that are created and marketed aren't made by that mother, that woman of color that has this unique perspective and life experience that she can bring to the decision-making table.
Okay, I think you covered 1 and 2. Let's get into 3 and 4 now. Create an equitable interview process and onboard internationally. First, with number 3, what needs to change in the interview process?
Oh, well, there's a lot that needs to change. I mean, I don't really know if I should get into the specifics here, but some of it's just intuition. When you are, you know, onboarding, when you're interviewing someone, you really want to be thinking about what, aside from their gender or their race or their previous experience is unique to them that they can bring to fill a gap or a hole in your company's strategy. And again, we've all seen that when you have more diverse women in leadership, you have greater environmental outcomes, the community and the social practices at the company, the family-friendly practices are improved, so you're more likely to retain that workforce. And then again, there's less risk when it comes to governance. So these are some of the things that you want to kind of pull out in the interview process. And again, because women have been excluded from these tables of power, we've been missing, the perspective of really the 51% of the population.
Jennifer, when we talk about getting more women on board seats or filling those board seats, more women in that CEO role, what is your advice, that fearless advice that you would give to other women out there trying to work their way up the corporate ladder?
You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you deserve to have a seat at that table and that your voice and your perspective is essential for human progress and the success of that company. And it's just really about, believing in yourself and knowing that you belong.
Jennifer Siebel, Newsom, nice to see you. Appreciate all that advice.